I'm going to work on my monthly menu. Now, typically I try to do a one plan for 1 month, and I used to do one shop, and that was back during the pandemic, and I continued that for probably at least a year of just doing the one shop for the month. But now that we can get out a little more, and I'm enjoying the fact that I can, that I will go to the grocery maybe about twice a month. And sometimes you actually plan the time that you shop based on when you get your paycheck. You know, that's the way it goes. Now, we're getting in. This was the end of February. Now, what I did on the back of this page, and this is the one I really want you to pay a close attention to, was that I took little postage strips, and I have about close to 30 postage strips here, that on those postage strips I've been writing down meal ideas. And if you've been to my community page, you already know that I shared with you about 15 meal ideas that I'm starting the month with. Now I'll go ahead and jot down more. Now the reason for putting these on the strips is because next month when I go to March, I'll move all of these over to March, and we'll start picking and choosing what we want. Now, so I had the chicken noodle, what I was planning for chicken noodle that ended up as a chicken and rice. That was okay. We kind of flipped that. So I'm going to go over to, where's my Sunday? There's the first. And, well, Sunday didn't show up. I don't know where Sunday is. But anyway, I'm just going to put it in for now, for Monday. So I know that I've got chicken noodle soup. I'm going to serve it with crackers, or if our bread is ready, I'll serve it with our homemade bread. Now, so I can take that in. At the end of the week, I can pop all those off, put them back in place on our page. And like I said, this is our February page. Now, what I also like to do is to put a sheet in that I can move along the month, and this is it. So, for the first week of February, we've got, instead of chicken noodle, I'm writing it down, we've got chicken, and I did rice because that worked better for my granddaughter. So we have chicken and rice. That I have that written down. Now, I also have a listing of all of those menu ideas that I had. I have about 48, and I've got a couple more that I'll probably add on to this. And certainly, when you get yours, add your additional ideas onto the list. And it's just extending the list, and if there's something you don't like, you can certainly switch it out. Now, so I've got my chicken and rice. I still have some more chicken, but I don't want to serve chicken back to back. So later in the week, I'm going to have a chicken and dressing casserole that I'll probably serve with some green beans. And that's because I know I have green beans in the main pantry, as well as green beans in the freezer. So there's green beans available. So we've got our Monday and Tuesday. Typically on Wednesday I eat out, but we'll put Wednesday just in case. We've got Thursday. Now my weekends are pretty open. That may not be the case for yours. Plus you're going to need a couple of nights for leftovers. Now, out in my freezer, I also have some steak, and I want to prepare some Swiss steak. And you know, Swiss steak is delicious with either rice or potatoes. So I'll decide at the last minute. I do have some, I think I'll do mashed potatoes. just because I like all the good gravy that goes along with it. Now, the nice thing about this page is that I don't have to fill it all out at one time. This is this week, first full week of February. I have a rotisserie chicken that I took a little bit off of for the chicken and rice. I'm going to use another portion of that for the chicken and dressing. And I thought, you know, we've got some really nice days coming along. So I'm going to need to use that chicken up. So here on Friday, I'm going to add in chicken salad. And I typically do it with a big salad. We have a huge bowl of salad, and you can eat salad until you drop. Lots and lots of vegetables, very nutritious. So chicken salad will be a part of that. But the main part of the meal is the big salad, and just about a half cup of the chicken salad will go in it. So you don't need a lot of chicken for that. Now, I have Wednesday, and I want something for Wednesday that I can throw in my crock pot and walk away. So I'm going to add in some Brunswick stew. Since we have a little, we've got some steak, and we have a little chicken. You know, Brunswick stew is one of those dishes that was put together from basically leftovers. Lots of different kinds of meat, whatever you had left over in your refrigerator, and then you added in your vegetables. So there's our Brunswick stew, and I'm definitely going to serve that with some of our artisan bread. All right, so that's our this week of recipes for February. That gets us started. So everybody's going to be happy. All right, so we've got our calendar all set up here for the week. I have everything that at this point that I need to plan. And in this particular calendar, I just put my general things that I'm going to be doing. And it's really over on, I've got Valentine's Day. I'm going to be going out to Angelo's at 5 with some friends and my hubby and I. And we're going to celebrate Valentine's with another couple. We're also on Sunday, we have a young lady who's coming to speak at church. And so we are going to be setting up a, well, I guess you call it kind of a coffee meet and greet afterwards. And we'll have a little bit of, E-E-T. I have to be able to spell, right? And so we're going to be setting that up on Sunday after dinner, after church. Oh my goodness, I can't talk today. All right, so Saturday we have a meeting between the men's group at church and the women. The men's, what do they call themselves? And the women's group. And we're going to have a men's and women's gathering where we're going to talk about estate planning and wills. So exciting stuff to think about. And wills. Okay, I've got that in. All right, Thursday's pretty open at this point. My plan for Wednesday, of course, as always, is to go to Bethel. And also Wednesday night is Denise. Miss Denise is going to be on Wednesday night with Homemaking with Purpose. So we'll be able to take care of that. So this is my little quick jot it down type of planner. And actually this one I carry in my purse all the time. So if I have anything when I'm out that I need to throw in, I can certainly do that. So I try to plan, do the pages a little bit in advance. As you can see, I've got I've got the next week plan, set up already. And so we're just working out the month of February. So when we get into March, it's blank. I haven't gone that far. So I've decorated February, and February is ready to go. Happy planner for last week. Last week was such a crazy week because, as you know, on Tuesday, I'm doing a little back planning because I lost track of what was going on. Now on Monday went as normal. I had my chicken noodle soup that I had planned. Tuesday I didn't get to cook at all because Tuesday, guess who was in the emergency room? So emergency room run. Emergency room at St. Francis. Okay, and so that pretty much just shot the day. So by the time I got back, I was down on Tuesday. I was down, and I was supposed to have our life of a home cook. I did not get to do that, so I'm just going to draw a little line right on through that because I didn't get to do that because I was down for the count for those days. And in fact, it really wasn't until Friday, to be honest with you, that I really felt more like myself. So here we are. We're over to Thursday. Thursday I didn't do much either. The only thing I did on Thursday was that I warmed up a little bit of dinner. So on Friday, the Grands came that afternoon. The Grands spent the weekend. And we had such a good time. Oh my goodness. On Friday, my youngest came and we went shopping at Target. That's our favorite place, shopping at Target. And picked up a few things. We decided on what we were going to have for dinner. And she was so excited because she got to select. So we had a pork roast. We had her favorite, which is macaroni and cheese, and I made enough to make sure that I had some for the freezer as well, so that when I want to pull that out quickly, I can do that. So we had our pork roast, we had macaroni and cheese, and she likes green beans, so we went with green beans. We had some homemade bread, and everybody was full. That was a full night. The two oldest had some homework. They worked on homework. So I needed to have some homework time for them. And then we just had a nice movie night. And we watched movies. Okay, on Saturday, I had a choir workshop, and it was so blessed. It really was. It was a choir workshop. We learned a lot. It was from 10 to 12:30, and it was such a rainy day. If you had to be out, at least go to something that you enjoy. So that's exactly what I did. So we had our choir workshop. Then, of course, on Sunday was church, SCBC, the Spring Creek Baptist Church, or as better known as The Creek. And then we just kind of had a quiet day. Oh, no, we didn't. We went to Carrabba's with the kiddos for lunch, and we actually had so much that the big guy and I ended up bringing it home for dinner. So we had Carrabba's for lunch, and the Grands went home. And of course, you know, this was Super Bowl night, but I didn't have any skin in the game, so I, to be honest with you, didn't watch. We watched movies all evening, so that was fun. Just a big guy night. Watched movies. All right, now let's look. I'm going to flip you back over because I want you to look at the menu plan. Now, this is the part of the page that comes out. So we're going to flip over to this week, and you get these in. I've been pulling them in and out, so because of that, they tend to, after a while, they want to just kind of jump out on you. Now, as you can see, I haven't decorated the Happy Planner yet, but I will get that done. But the main focus today was to take a look at last week's menu plan. I had planned chicken and rice, I had Swiss steak, I had Brunswick stew with some artisan bread, chicken and dressing, and a big salad with chicken. And actually, I was going to make chicken salad and just put it with the big salad. But because of my not being able to cook for several days, as you can see, I circled these because I couldn't do them. I just couldn't do them. It was just too much last week. I wasn't feeling well, so that didn't work. So what I do on those weeks is that I move them over to the next week. So we have our pork tenderloin that I had fixed over the weekend, so I still have some of that left. I'm going to bring that back today. I'm going to serve it with some gravy, some mashed potatoes, some peas. That's what we're going to have today. Swiss steak is on board for this week. We're going to do that, so I just moved that right over there. And the mashed potatoes, I'm actually going to serve with the pork tenderloin because that's how the big guy likes it. Now, the Brunswick stew is a possibility for Wednesday. Wednesday is one of those days when, after I come back from Bethel, that I'm exhausted. So if I can get all the Brunswick stew into the crock pot before I leave, then we'll have Brunswick stew that night. The chicken and dressing, I think I'm going to change that to chicken and gnocchi. Instead of having like chicken and dumplings, I can't believe he's giggling so loud over there. All right, so we're going to do that in the slow cooker. And so this changed just a little bit. And of course, Friday is Valentine's Day. So there's our little heart there. And so we'll be out to dinner at Angelo's. So that takes care of this week. Now, the good thing is, because we're bringing things over from last week to this week, I already have everything I need, except I need some more fresh bread because the kids wiped all the bread out. So we're going to take care of making some bread, making sure that that's taken care of, and we may even make some biscuits for breakfast. So anyway, this week, which is the week of the 10th through the 16th, is covered. All right. I am not one of those planner queens that, does all the pages very perfectly. I just do what I like. But the main thing is that I include the elements that work for me. I hope you have a planner and that you like to play in it for at least a little while and place all of the items that you absolutely need in your planner each week. Enjoy!